Hey everybody, good afternoon. I am here with Kaylee Carroll, one of the awesome physical therapists at Breathe Physical Therapy and Wellness. And we are going to talk about all things kids, stretching, foam rolling, all that good stuff. So a couple of weeks ago, if you guys follow Breathe on Facebook, they posted...
I think it was Libby's son.
Libby's son.
He was doing the stretches on his foam
roller. And I was like, well, I didn't even think about that. Like, I have a foam roller at home, and I've been coming to Breathe for a couple of years, so I know, some stretches to be doing as well, but never even thought about our own children doing some of these things to help with them with their growing and the things that they're doing. Right. So we thought we would...
Yeah, and a lot of the things that we give you parents or moms or dads, for you is a lot of the same things that you can do the same stretch for your kid. It's just for a different purpose. They might not have back pain from carrying babies or nursing or doing those kind of things, but they're sitting at a desk all day, or they're playing games, or they're doing homework, and so their chest is getting tight, their back hurts, or all those things too.
Awesome. So why don't you start with like a stretch or something that you would recommend doing for kiddos?
So the big one, and this is what, if you guys didn't see what Libby had posted, I'll just kind of start there and show you what she posted on there. And so we like the long foam rollers. So if you're going to invest in a foam roller, get one that is long enough for your spine. So your head.
There she is.
Okay, so if you can see down here.
Adjust here. There she is.
Okay. So my butt's on one end, and I lay down, and my head's on the other. And so foam rollers, you can do a lot of things. So I'll show you some stretches, and then I'll also show you a lot of strengthening things. But so first, if your kid is just laying on the floor, they could either have their arms out in like a T, so that's straight out to the side. Stretches your pecs, takes the pressure off your back and your neck. You could also do like a field goal post, so you could tell them like football field. Make a field goal post that really gets deeper into your pecs. They could do snow angels. So just like you do snow angels outside. I've got a wall, so this arm's kind of a little funky. But you can do snow angels on here too. So all of those kind of things shows you how tight your pecs are.
And that feels really good when you open it up.
So good. You can also use the foam roller. This is kind of more for the spine too. So if they're like, oh, my back hurts, or they've been bending over doing homework for a long time and they just want to stretch the other way, I'll show you one way you can do it on the foam roll and one way you can do it on the exercise ball. So this one gets into the spine a little bit more. Have them slow it down. That's going to be hard for a lot of kids. They just want to play on it.
Like a game.
Yes. Try to slow it down. Have them really just kind of rest on it. Be like, oh, this is just relaxing, versus like, oh, look how fast we can roll. Hold their neck and just kind of rest on it. This is what you mamas do. This is what your kiddos can do. So kind of hitting different spots in their back opens up their chest, helps their spine mobility. So you can do that through like this area.
Okay.
It's really good. If you have an exercise ball, kids love exercise balls.
Yes.
So you could do it on the exercise ball too. Especially also, I know that we had talking about like constipation and things like that. This will help their belly to just stretch and relax. So if they just lay on the ball, any kid would love to just kind of lay and rock on the ball. They could even be like, well, then I'm not encouraging it, but if they're watching on their phone, or just kind of hanging out and playing. Stretching on the ball that way can be really good for their abdomen.
Like with kids, it can be sometimes hard to tell, like, they may be complaining about something and it's hard to tell, like, troubleshoot what exactly is going on. So, like, what are some, like, things that are most commonly that you hear from parents that children are complaining about that may...
A lot of kids that we tend to see, if they have, a lot of kids have hip pain or knee pain, or they walk, especially younger kids, if they're sitting like the W sit, like this, the W sit, a lot of kids do that. It shows that they have core weakness.
Okay.
Because they don't feel stable enough sitting like this. that they want to make their platform wider.
Okay, that makes sense.
So that helps to stabilize them. So different core exercises would help a lot with that. So like sitting your kid on the ball. So like if they're sitting on the ball facing me and like bouncing them so that they're having, or like move the ball and you're still holding like at their waist right here. So they're having to like troubleshoot. You could play like Hungry Hippo on the ball. So like if they're in like a push-up position and throw like bean bags on the floor. All of these things are gonna, and they have to like walk out. I'm gonna fall. Walk out that way and grab things. They could do that on the ball or on the foam roller.
So definitely getting creative.
Yeah, get creative, play games. Just make it like almost like it's a toy, but you're strategically throwing in exercises with them.
Right.
A lot of athletes need hip strengthening. So if they're playing sports and like soccer or basketball or running, everything's single leg stance.
Yeah.
And so their hips, a lot of glute strength. Every kid needs glute strength. So leapfrog, where you're getting down into deep squats. Those kind of things are really good.
Cool.
Strengthen.
And so then like posture wise, like what do you recommend? Like, I mean, we as adults have problems with our own posture. Like I know I'm always slouching. What do you recommend for like kids? Like when they're on their iPads or have that time, what do you recommend? Just same things that we're doing, like just
same
remind
kind of
them.
Things we're doing, just more different cues. So a lot of kids when they sit, they're sitting like in a full ball.
Right.
So just sitting more upright. And we usually give adults the cue to sit on your vagina. You're probably not going to tell a little girl to sit on your vagina. So you could just say like, oh, let's sit up tall, like reach your head up to the sky. Or like pretend you have like a crown on your head, like don't let it fall. Or like let your cape open you up. Like different cues to kind of like play with it so that they're having it more fun. Or play a game where they're trying to balance something on their head and see if they can keep upright. And when they're standing, a lot of times just reminding them of them. A lot of the kids that we work with, they will sit in these kind of loosey-goosey positions, but as soon as you tell them, okay, like, do you see you're doing it right now? Then
and
they're
just
like,
making them aware.
Look, I can do it.
Right, for
Bringing,
sure.
the little awareness.
Okay.
And they can fix it pretty quick.
Cool. Do you have any other, like, tips, tricks?
One big thing that I thought of when I was reading through what we were going to talk about, when you had mentioned the constipation, because that can happen for a lot of kids. The biggest advice we'd give for kids with constipation, whether they're young or they're old, the biggest things overall would be make sure they're drinking a lot of water, look at what they're eating, but then when it comes to stretches, build core strength and function. A fun little trick that I do on my baby when he's constipated, or we've done it on older kids as well, is the I Love You massage.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the I Love You massage would be if they were laying down. So I'm just going to kind of angle back so you guys can see my belly. Or maybe I can do it. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
You see it?
Yep.
Okay. So if this is belly. So start, I Love You is Y, an I, an L, and a U. Start on your left side. So this is my left. It probably looks like right for you guys. Massage, deep circles, nice and slow, down in an I. So you're going like from rib cage down to pelvis. The L would be starting other rib cage, going across and down. These are all slow circles. And then the big U would be going down from the other side, up, over, down. That can get kind of movement going on again in through the colon and intestine. Get kind of things, get it moving, get motility going.
Yeah.
Can help with constipation.
I know they for babies, I've heard them recommend. Yeah, I never even thought about that.
Or even for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, like these
We've
things.
done it on like,
you're like babies. Oh yeah, children, adults. Like you could also do as well. So you just have to think outside the box there, like with that stuff. So.
Yeah, you can do that massage on adults. We do it on some people sometimes too.
Cool. Awesome. Awesome. I'm gonna lift this up.
Here. Yes.
Oh, with all of our stands. I'm back. Well, thank you very much. If you guys have any other questions or comments or anything, leave them below, and either I or Kaylee or one of us will go through and we'll try and answer as many questions as possibly as we can. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you, Kaylee, for doing this.
Yes. Have a great day.
Bye.